Hey there guys and gals, Bazzy here aka Syndromes, and welcome to the introduction episode for a certain challenge series. Now of course I'm saying series with a completely straight face, simply because at the time recording this video, I have already finished with episode 3, so yeah, it's actually going to be a series, at least 3 episodes long. Something else I want to note is that in the next episode, I started off by apologizing for the rambling nature of this episode. The actual episode that I'm referring to there does not exist anymore. I'm actually replacing it with this one right now. And now then, before I talk about the challenge, I really want to quickly talk about the game that the challenge actually takes place in, or rather, the games. BeamNG is honestly the only driving game that I play these days, and for the most of you, you've probably seen GIFs of this game showcasing its unique selling point, which is a real-time, fully simulated car body damage game system, which also means that this game is honestly more of a sandbox than it's an actual racing game. But at the same time, that is what makes it so unique and so different from your usual driving games. You see, in these other games, the game only punishes you with dealing damage to your vehicle in very specific situations, such as collisions with other vehicles, for example if you hit the wall with your side, and so on. As long as you drive within the border of the racetrack and within its boundaries, which also might include jumps. For rallycross, for example, your car does not take damage, and it actually feels as if your car is stuck to the ground. So as long as you don't do anything too harsh, that is where it's going to stay. BeamNG is completely different. From the outset, the game has absolutely no obligations or reason to keep you on track. There is absolutely no assist and no forgiveness. You can start a snap oversteer on a completely straight and level road. Going off-road in an off-road vehicle, no less, will still result in damage to your suspension or other visual bits of your vehicle if you handle it too roughly. So much as touching a wall at high speed will result in you bending something with your steering components. And most importantly, the game has absolutely no concept of different damage tiers. A small tap against a wall might result in some sort of damage that has the potential of ending your run. And all of this is fun. All of this is challenging. Now, apart from BeamNG, there's also automation. If anyone here is subscribed to regular car reviews, then you have already heard about this game before. It's the one he mentions in his New Zealand trip. But this is where you manage your own car company and create vehicles. The reason why we are going to be using this game is to create our own vehicles and export them to BeamNG. And this leads us neatly to the challenge. So, the idea is very simple. Racing and competing times with multitude of pre-made vehicles that already exist in the game is fun, but what if the construction and the characteristics of these cars were outside of our control? In this little race of ours, we are going to be creating our own 5 different vehicles in automation, but using a random number generator for the creation of the engine, the drivetrain, and everything else related to the car, its handling, and etc, etc. We have the potential to create a 3-cylinder boxer Formula 1 car, or we might even getting a Chevette with a turbocharger and perhaps even tinier wheels than the original had. It is all on the table. We thought that this might make for an interesting video series, so I will be covering it from my end, and hopefully my friend can join in soon enough, as soon as they figure out their recording capabilities in general at a slightly later date. But as for you and me, we are going to hop right into the episode number 2, where I will be talking about our chosen racetrack for the occasion. This is Pansy, aka Syndromes. I hope you like this series. See you next time.